Do you feel like there's any chance you'll yak?
I'll let you know if it's coming.
Oh, I'd rather be prepared for that because I don't want puke on my floor.
Oh, no, like, I'll let you know when I'm like, okay, I'm getting drunk enough where yakking is possible.
How you feeling now?
Not like when it's about to hit me. I'm okay right now.
Oh, yeah, we're fine.
Buzz?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the Fantasy Beer League, where you get half-decent advice from half-decent guys. I'm your host, Shawn Joyce. With me, as always, is Tyler Lockett-Hater, Justin Giel,
Fuck that guy.
our resident
God.
fantasy football expert, Matt Senni, and tonight's big loser, Danny Varico. Who would you like to complain about tonight, Danny?
I mean, it's week one. You know, there's a lot of question marks going into the first week of fantasy, so I can't really. Yeah, I mean, we can go with that, but I can't really complain about anybody. It's just a rough week.
It's a positive approach to have, a very mature response to week one. Don't oversweat it. Don't overthink anything. It's only week one. All right, buddy, let's draw this punishment. Get it over with.
High stakes spelling bee.
High stakes spelling bee. So
What does that even mean?
This punishment, after every game preview, I'm going to ask you to spell an NFL player's name. If you spell it correctly, you're safe. If you spell it incorrectly, you have to do a shot.
All right, I think I can handle that. What am I taking shots of exactly?
I have rye whiskey for you to shoot.
Spicy.
Okay.
And if we run out, then I have more whiskey.
All right, whiskey it is.
All I have is whiskey, so. All right, cool. I'm glad you're taking it. I think this is one of the more fun ones we have, so I'm excited.
Yeah,
that we're gonna do it.
I'm actually pleasantly surprised and all right with this one. So.
So while I get him set up, Justin, can you recap the fine money owned from week one?
Sure. So we only had 2 this past week. So Shawn, you owed $2 for calling Guillermo del Toro GTT.
Oh yeah, because I meant to say GDT.
Yeah. And then I owe $2 for once again thinking Jared Allen was Jake Allen.
Yeah, you got to stop just saying Jake Allen altogether. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
if we could just not talk about the Bills, I think that would be great.
I think we're gonna have to at one point. I don't know if you can zoom and enhance here, Vince, but this is the shot glass that Danny will be shooting from. It is a picture of me from Super Bowl 42 with my long hair.
It says "Oh ho" behind your head.
It does. Oh ho, oh ho, ho ho. All right, so I gave you a chance to look at the whiskey. This is your shot glass. I will do the pouring when it comes time.
Alrighty.
Senni, can you please go over the polls for us?
All right. So starting September 10th here, will Austin Eckler finish as a top 5 running back on a points per game basis? Just a little under 3 out of 4 people say yes. Who will finish with more fantasy points? This is between Austin Eckler and Najee Harris. It is a split, even 50-50. Are the Lions really bad? 2 and 3 people say yes.
That's more.
Should be
That's
higher.
less than I thought.
Should be higher.
Yeah.
Are you at all nervous about a sophomore slump for Justin Herbert? Only 1 in 3 say yes.
Okay. He looked good yesterday. Sunday.
Are you excited
Sunday, yeah.
for the Sam Darnold revenge game? We've got about 43% yes to 57% no.
I was excited.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one. Do you ever have any confidence in the line? Or I'm sorry, in the Giants. You think I could read? Yes is about 18%.
Yep.
No is 82%.
No, no's were correct.
Yes.
And I was part of the no's, so.
Saquon. Is Robert Tonyan a top 10 tight end? About 7 in 9 say yes.
Wow. Wasn't yesterday. Sunday. Damn it.
Is Hercules a Disney princess? Only about 2 in 9 say yes.
Freight texted me about that personally. He goes, "Who thinks Hercules is a Disney princess?" I was like, "Senni." He goes,
Those of us
"No."
that are not sexist. All right, that's all of them.
That's all of them. All right. Thank you for recovering those for us, Senni. Yeah, I don't think Hercules is a princess, I got to say.
It's okay.
But you can
You don't know
identify
what he
him,
identifies as.
whatever you want. I guess that's true. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Very progressive notation by you on Disney films. We'll start with the Bengals and the Bears.
The Bears.
Bengal receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins enjoyed fantasy-friendly days in their overtime win against the Vikings. Both are fringe wide receiver twos for me, especially this week against the Bears. I think the Bears' defense is better than they looked.
Yeah.
They may not be, though. They got shredded by Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. Well, Robert Woods only scored a touchdown, but Cooper Kupp,
was late, too.
Yeah, picked them apart. But Chase, for me, increased my confidence. He didn't look like he had a case of the dropsies at all on Sunday. And I hate to say it, but Joe Mixon is back, baby. 33 touches in week 1. Volume is king in fantasy football. 150 total yards. Do you think this success is repeatable, Justin?
Probably.
Yeah. Pains me to say.
Yeah.
But speaking of running backs we don't like,
Oh, this mouth breather.
David Montgomery was the lone bright spot for the Bears on Sunday night, racking up over 100 yards and a touchdown. Is it time for us to stop doubting him?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm out. You're on this train by yourself now, man. He finished
I got
super
more leg
strong.
room.
He finished so strong last year, and I did not think it was going to happen again. And I hate overreacting to week 1, but I feel like,
Well, when does Cohen come back?
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know that it matters. I mean, he was one of the top running backs in terms of yardage last season. They're using him a lot. I remember when he first came into the league, I was very high on him. He disappointed me. Then he disappointed me again, and I kind of gave up on him and abandoned him. And now he's just, on a tear. And I feel like where he was going in drafts is probably where he should have been going. And now it's a bit of a value pick because I think he's going to be more successful than we anticipated him to be. Vince is cracking up over there looking at something stupid on his phone.
One of the questions for Daniel made me laugh.
Oh, okay. So Vince is looking ahead on the notes here. So
The teleprompter.
a little bit of spoiler coming in. I think the Bengals are going to win again, 26-17.
I'm going Bears.
I'm also going Bears.
All right, Danny. Spell Brandon Cooks.
Pretty sure he spells his name a little
Yeah, you can write it down if you need to.
unorthodox.
Unorthodox.
Brandin.
Correct.
Cooks.
Correct. You
So
got
proud
it.
because I know I would have actually gotten that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
The
Yeah.
die.
The only reason I know how to spell his name is because it's unorthodox.
I
Yeah.
tried to throw you a little bit of a curveball, but not give you something too hard to
Yeah.
start out.
Yeah, that's why I wrote that one. Even though you think, why
Yeah.
the fuck? Yeah, right, Brandon.
No, it's cool, it's
That's
cool.
that's a weird one.
It's
so.
cool. So speaking of Brandon Cooks, we're going to talk about the Texans and the Browns here. Texans look very good against the Jags. I think they forgot that they were supposed to be bad.
I think we all forgot that they were supposed to be bad.
They need that first pick, and they might not get it now.
Incredible.
We already knew we liked Brandon Cooks ahead of that matchup. Have any other Texans piqued your interest, Justin?
I want to see them play a better team than the Jags.
Fair.
Mark Ingram looked good.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it. I don't think I'm buying into Tyrod Taylor or Ingram just yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I have Brandon Cooks, so I'm going to keep rooting for him.
I think Mark Ingram is worth an ad.
Okay.
I'm always interested in a lead back in an offense.
Yeah.
He had 26 carries in this game, which is huge.
Yep.
Philip Lindsay still got some run. David Johnson still got some run. Rex Dickhead's in the mix a little bit. But, a guy gets 26 carries, I think he's worth picking
Yeah.
up. And if you never play him, then you have a good team. If you have to use him, you at least know he's going to get the most volume in that
Yep.
offense. Or we think. Things could change week over week. But I'm interested in adding him as a free agent on the waiver wire. The Browns lost a close one to Kansas City, but their fantasy stars still look excellent. Chubb is an RB1. Kareem Hunt's in the RB2 flex area, depending on the matchup. This one, I think all of them will play well because the Texans are so bad, but I don't expect as much PPR volume from Hunt. I don't think they're going to need to throw as much as they did against Kansas City. Jarvis Landry, I think, is a wide receiver 3 this week. I'm still relatively low on him, but he's the best receiver in that offense. And again, this is just a great matchup. The Texans looked great against the Jags, but the Texans are not good, I promise.
Yeah.
Browns win 34-13.
Yeah, I'm going Browns.
For sure.
Danny, spell Nyheim Hines.
All right.
It's another one I know. Wow.
I think I got this one.
Okay.
Nyhiem.
Nyheim.
Damn it, Naheem
That was
Hines.
close. Yep.
I would have said E, so I would have gotten it wrong.
Yeah, the I before E rule is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very
Particularly
rarely,
in names.
In
it
names.
is very
Yeah.
rarely correct. So that I before E except after C thing is not true. This is your first shot of the day, my friend. I hope you don't hate it.
Well, we don't know it's his first shot of the day. He could have been.
First shot here.
So
There you go.
it is my first shot of the day.
Okay.
And my first time drinking this. I'm not much of a liquor drinker, so
Champ.
bottoms up. Oof.
Not great.
Oh man, I got that.
Whiskey.
Brown whiskey.
Yeah. At least you got your water bottle there.
Yeah, there you go.
Champ it out.
Even better, at least it's not Dasani.
Yeah. Oh, God. If it was Dasani, that might make me throw up more than the whiskey
Oh, yeah.
itself. Rams play the Colts this week. Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods prove that they are still elite options at the position, and Matthew Stafford appears to be a perfect fit in L.A. What did you make of the run game, Justin?
I mean, I think Henderson's the lead back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that there was much question going into that. You in particular were talking a lot about him.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see them run the ball more,
Yeah.
but they got out to an early lead, and they weren't really looking too much on offense
Mm-hmm.
or to add more onto their offense.
Right. I'm wondering if Sony Michel will get a bit more run
Yeah.
as he becomes more familiar with the playbook. Or maybe he's just, a backup, and they just added him for depth.
Yep.
But either way, Darrell Henderson so far appears to be the lead back. I'd keep starting him as a flex if I had him. Yeah, and that's all I really have on the Rams. I think they're a great offense.
Yep.
Matt Gay, amazing.
King.
The Colts struggled against Seattle, but still had some solid fantasy production. Jonathan Taylor dominated touches in that game. It's still a committee.
Yep.
Naheem Hines is still going to be involved. I think he's a bit of a risky flex play, and it's more game script controls how much he'll have. So I think you have to play the matchups and use him when you think the Colts are going to be playing from behind if you want to use him.
Right.
And that's really like the issue I have with a guy like Naheem Hines or James White is he's going to have those huge games, but you don't exactly know when they're going to come.
Sure.
Senni, can you name an active Colts receiver?
I'm just thinking.
You're allowed to think.
I
No?
don't think I can.
No?
No.
Well, you know T.Y. Hilton, but you know he's
Yes,
not
but
active.
I wouldn't have said him because does he matter? at
No,
all?
he
No.
doesn't matter, and he's not active, so it wouldn't have been correct. With a 2-touchdown performance on Sunday, has Zach Pascal entered your list of Week 2 waiver wire ads, Justin?
I don't think I've ever heard that name before.
Zach Pascal, 2-touchdown performance.
Oh,
Senni.
damn, I thought I had to sneeze. Yeah.
I thought you were just thinking really
I thought
hard.
you were just thinking.
Nah. Yes.
Okay.
As a flex option, I would look to add him. I don't know. I want to see what he can do. I probably wouldn't jump to start him right away, but keeping him on my bench, see what he does, how he pans out, and then look to throw him into my lineup.
See, depending on who I had, I guess I'm okay with it. He only had 5 targets in this game. And when T.Y. Hilton comes back, he's still going to take the field. And I still think Michael Pittman Jr. is the number 1 receiver on that offense. So if you want to pick him up, I wouldn't look at you sideways. But if you want to take a week or two and see if he still has this kind of production, I'm fine with that. I think he's a guy worth monitoring, keeping an eye on. But I don't personally think I would be rushing to add him in any of my leagues. I think the Rams are going to win this game 27-17.
Yeah, I'm going Rams as well.
Same.
Danny, spell Stephon Diggs.
I don't necessarily know if I need to write this one out, but I'm good. I'm not a big fan of that whiskey, so I need to cover my bases. STEFONDIGGS.
Correct.
All
You
right.
got it.
Thank
There's
you,
different
Stephon
spellings of Stephon, so I
Yes.
wasn't sure if it would trip you up.
Yeah, there is. So.
Next, we had the Bills and the Dolphins. The Bills' offense looked stagnant much of the game on Sunday, but our boy Stephon Diggs and COVID Beasley still produced decent fantasy days. Is Beasley someone you can trust in your lineup this week, Justin?
This week, I think so. Not as like a top 3 wide receiver, but I see him as a flex option.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. This week and then really every week moving forward. I think flex at best because
Yeah.
he gets a lot of targets.
Yeah, I mean, he had 13 targets this
Yeah.
week, and it's a pass-happy offense.
Yeah.
They don't run the ball very much. Their running backs aren't particularly good. When they do run, it's usually Jake Allen. Did that on purpose. I'm not paying any money.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think he's a solid flex option.
Yep.
I 100% agree. I'm staying away from the Dolphins in fantasy if I can avoid it. Is there anyone you like on this team?
Not anymore.
No?
I can't even think of a player on the team.
Well, you have one. You have
I still can't think of a player.
You have Jalen Waddle, who I think is a fine flex play
Yeah.
if you need to use one. And Myles Gaskin is the lead back of the committee. So in deeper leagues, if you have to start those guys, you can. But I don't have much stake in the Dolphins' offense.
No.
I think it's going to take some time to get used to Tua under center still, and hopefully he develops more.
Yeah.
It could be a fantasy-friendly offense at some point this season. I just don't see it right now.
Right.
I think the Bills bounce back after a tough loss, and they win 30-20.
Yeah, I'm going Bills as well.
They damn well better win and put some fucking points up.
Danny spelled Jacoby Myers.
Oh gosh.
I was just thinking about how you drafted Kyler Murray right before I drafted Josh Allen, and then we went head-to-head.
Yep.
The difference in points is ridiculous.
Yep. It was like a 20-point swing.
Yeah.
All right, Jacoby Myers, JAKOBIMYERS.
MEYERS.
I wasn't sure. I got the hard part of that too.
You got the hot part.
Jacoby.
You got
did.
Jacoby spelled all fucked up.
I watched him.
Oh, fucked up.
I stopped watching him write Jacoby after I saw him spell that correctly, and I was like, he's got it. And then heard him read it, and
It
I was
was
like,
the last
ooh.
name.
The second E, man. It is tough. Salute. All right. Good man. Good man. Chase it with some water if you need to.
I would be chasing every shot, man. I don't even care.
Yeah, stay hydrated. If you need more water, we
Man,
got
that
plenty
whiskey
here.
smells like a fucking Sharpie.
It does kind of smell bad, I gotta say. There's not that much left. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for you. I don't know if you would prefer to switch it up. We had the Patriots and the Jets next. Mac Jones looks solid in his first NFL start. How do you feel about his weapons this week, Justin?
I like Myers.
Yeah.
I like Myers, and I think Aguilar is at least. I would monitor. I don't know that I would go to pick him up yet, but he's really always been one of those people that would either have like a really good game or you spend an hour just cursing at him.
Yeah, I mean, I think since he's left the Eagles, he's been pretty solid.
Yeah, productive.
I'm not willing to start him yet, but
Yeah.
I'm fine with having him on my bench. And to your point, Jacoby Myers, 9 targets last
Yeah.
week. Pretty good production. I think this is going to be a much better offense with Mac Jones under center. I'm still very interested in Damian Harris. He looked great as a runner just from the eye test. He fumbled late, but other than that, good productive day,
Yep.
especially in non-PPR formats. And Jonnu Smith, I think, is a usable tight end. There aren't very many of those, and he looks like he's going to be the number 1 tight end in
Yep.
that offense. The Jets looked like the Jets, but Corey Davis scored twice. Is that repeatable, Justin?
Maybe not against this defense, but I think he'll have a couple games this year where he'll score multiple touchdowns. Repeatable this week, no, but I think you can expect it at some points throughout the season.
Someone has to catch the ball in that offense.
Yeah.
And going into the season, I wasn't sure if it would be him or Elijah Moore. Moore may still need some time to develop and get some chemistry in.
More time.
More time. 2 O's. But they're going to be down often. And if Corey
Yeah.
Davis is available in your league, I'm good with adding him.
Yeah.
I think he is the number 1 receiver in that offense. I think Jamison Crowder takes a step back this season. So if I'm looking to get a number 1 receiver on a team, which I'm always interested in the top option in offense, Corey Davis is that guy.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots win this game, though, 20-10.
I'm going to go upset. I'm picking the Jets.
Oh, you fucker. You're doing it again. You did this last season, too.
I've agreed with you
You
on
did
a
this a lot,
majority
I
of the
remember,
games
actually.
this week.
Yeah, but you picked the Jets like every week last year.
You did. I'm remembering that. You did
Oh,
pick
that's
them
what you meant.
against
Yeah.
every
Yeah, I'm going
matchup.
to do it again this
Yeah,
year.
okay.
I'm not. They're still trash.
Yeah, we thought they'd lose every game last year. You picked them every week. If the Jets did what you said they would do, they would be like a 15-1 team. Danny spelled Dallas Goddard. Dallas Goddard. Justin looks like he agrees.
DALLASGOEDERT.
Correct. You got it. Is your heart racing as you're writing these down?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, like that one I definitely knew that I could get, but yeah, I'm not a fan of that whiskey at all.
Okay, trying to avoid
So
it.
yeah.
It's a punishment for a reason. Dallas Goddard and the Eagles host the 49ers this weekend. 49ers were blowing out and then almost blew a huge lead against the Lions on Sunday. Deebo Samuel did the heavy lifting with 9 catches for 189 yards and a touchdown. But his teammate and fellow wide receiver Brandon Ayuk finished with an empty stat line. Should we be concerned, Justin?
I think it's too early to be concerned. Yes, I would be concerned, but I'm not hitting the panic button yet.
Okay. I am not starting him until further notice.
Okay.
He was hampered with a hamstring injury all of preseason.
I feel like those hamstring injuries just
They're
stay
nagging.
with you.
The soft tissue injuries are the toughest ones for guys to get through. And it bothered him last year. Part of the reason why he didn't play much was because he was lowered on the depth chart because of that injury.
Mm-hmm.
So until I see him back on the field and see him producing, he's staying on my bench.
Yeah.
And I love that guy. I have him in quite a few leagues, but I have to bench him. I can't justify playing him.
I thought about putting Debo in my starting lineup this week, and
Ooh.
I'm still getting the win,
Okay, then it doesn't hurt that bad.
but we still got the win.
Yeah.
But seeing those points on my bench kind of hurt.
He went off, man. He really went off. Raheem Mostert is already hurt.
Incredible.
Garbage. I hate him.
Yeah, I know you do. Elijah Mitchell was the one who thrived in his place with over 100 yards and a touchdown. Do you think he's worth an ad, Justin?
I didn't know his name until you just spoke about him.
Okay.
So maybe not.
Great insight.
But it's very
glad I went to you
yeah.
on this.
But no, it's very difficult to trust a Shanahan running back.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
I don't know.
They still have Jermichael Hasty.
Yeah.
They still have Trey Sermon, who I think is going to take over this
Yeah.
backfield sooner rather than later. I believe he was a healthy scratch. He was not active during Sunday's game. I believe
Sermon?
Yes.
Okay.
I
I
believe-
think it was a healthy
I believe
healthy scratch.
they just decided not to play him.
Yeah.
So as long as he's healthy, I think he's going to be the guy. It's
Yeah.
sooner rather than later now that knowing Mostert is already injured. And like you said, it's impossible to know which one is going to get it. Next week could be a Jermichael Hasty week. We
Yeah.
just don't know. The Eagles shit all over the Falcons, and Jalen Hurts has the look of a fantasy superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Miles Sanders earned most of the touches in the backfield. Kenneth Gainwell was the only other running back who did anything. He had 11 touches to Sanders' 19. So it's still a committee, which we expected, but I was expecting it to be Boston Scott and not Kenneth Gainwell as the secondary back. Sanders is still a running back, too, for me. Devontae Smith and Jalen Reagor each finished with nice games as well. Do you expect another strong performance this week?
No, I think the 49ers are a lot better of a team than the Falcons are. So I don't see this being repeatable. Maybe if they play the way that they did against the Lions, 49ers I'm talking about, and just shit the bed towards the end of the game, maybe you'll get some garbage time points, but I don't see this being repeatable.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think I'd be okay with starting Devontae Smith as like a flex option.
Yeah.
Jalen Reagor, I think, still has too many question marks to throw in my starting lineup. But we expected Smith to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I expect him to eventually be a dependable guy that I'm starting every week. But for now, I still think wide receiver 3 flex territory, somewhere in that high 20, early 30 range. I think the 49ers are going to win this game, though, 23-16.
Yeah, I'm going 49ers as well.
I think Philly fans are getting too hyped because they're not going to win this game.
Falcons are trash.
Yeah, they're
That's
a
what,
bad
like,
team.
relax as you beat Atlanta. Come on.
Week 1. You can't overreact one way or the other to week 1. Giants are dog shit, though. We'll talk about them later. Danny, spell Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh my good God.
Good
I
guy.
think you're gonna
Great
get the.
choice, honestly.
I think you're gonna get the first name for sure.
Well, it's 3 letters. You fucking better get the first.
B-I-N.
Bin.
Bin.
So BEN
Yep.
ROTH.
No, sorry.
Who's an E?
Is it ROETH?
Yeah.
Ra.
Yeah. ROTHLISBERGER.
So I got everything except for that.
I thought that was an easier one. Maybe it's because I had
That
it on my back.
one E. Yeah. Well, you guys are both Steeler fans.
Yeah.
Trust me,
Yeah.
it's not an easy name. Not an easy name at all. And I think
When's that guy gonna retire?
it's got to be
that's the
soon.
question.
Soon.
He's got 1 year left after this, I think.
I think he had 1 year left a year ago.
So did
I
I.
was feeling
I'm
the same
surprised
way.
he's still
He's
here.
pretty washed. Cheers.
That man's gonna die on the field. He's just gonna hit by a linebacker.
Beat the Bills.
I mean, that's going to be
beat-
Brady, too. Just much
Pull it back.
slower. Much slower. Let's get into the Raiders and the Steelers here. Darren Waller the baller, saw a whopping 19 targets in the Raiders' thrilling win over Baltimore on Monday night. He is a fantasy god. Josh Jacobs scored twice in this game, but I still have concerns. He had only 10 carries and 1 catch for 40 total yards, so the efficiency was not there. And Kenyon Drake, he was also inefficient on the ground, but he secured 5 catches for a total of 59 yards, so he appears to be the pass-catching back in this offense, especially in PPR formats. I'm very concerned about Josh Jacobs. I talked about this in the preseason. I think this is a good time to sell high off of a 2-touchdown game. I think he's a touchdown-dependent flex going forward, and this week he falls outside of my top 20. The Steelers gritted out an ugly win over Buffalo, but the statistical numbers were not there.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson's day was saved by a touchdown. He led the team with 10 targets. He did go out with an injury for a little while, too, so that limited his time on the field.
It's so frustrating having him on your team because he'll score a touchdown and then he'll get injured. And it's early in the game and you're like, fuck, and then he comes back.
Yeah, well, as long as he keeps coming back, could be worse.
Yeah, it could be
You
worse.
could
It
have
could be
worse
Juju.
players on your team. Yeah, well,
We do
yeah.
have worse players on our team.
Yes.
Ben can still only throw the ball less than 6 yards per attempt.
That's my quarterback.
Do you have any concerns about Najee Harris, Justin?
It's 1 week and he played a good defense. I'm not too worried.
Yeah, I'm not either. I say all the time, volume is king, and he was
Yeah.
the only running back with a touch.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just going to trust that volume. I have no concerns about him. I think the Steelers are going to win this game 24-18.
Yeah, I might actually watch this game at it's my anniversary. Go Steelers.
Good talk.
I can't see them losing this game. They won last week.
Oh, they'll lose it. Don't worry, they'll lose it.
They
They don't
could.
play the Raiders well.
Yeah. Danny, spell Christian McCaffrey.
McCafferty.
I know, because I listened specifically to not hear a T.
Oh my God! Now you got me all messed up because I thought there was a T.
I know I helped by saying that.
Yeah, if he spelled it McCafferty, I would have taken that shot.
see.
CHRISTIAN
First name is correct.
MCCAFFERY.
R-E-Y. McCaffrey.
Oh my God!
Spelling is hard, man.
I probably
It is, and I'm
still-
bad at it. So
Like I probably still would have put a T in his name.
I thought there was a T up until this very moment.
I've been corrected like every week.
McCaffrey. I've been saying McCaffrey for so long.
I don't think
McCaffrey?
I'll ever say it right. I think I'll still say.
You're just
T.
going to pay $2 every
Probably
week.
every week.
To be fair, Daniel, I would be 0 for 7 or however many questions there's been.
0 for 7?
I think I would have gotten most of them wrong.
Yeah, I think I would have gotten most of them wrong.
You don't think you would have gotten Brandon Cooks
I think
I would have, yeah.
I would have spelled it Brandon.
with an O, like a normal
What was
human?
The Jacob one or whatever, the Jacoby.
Jacoby Myers, yeah.
I can't
that's
believe
what
I'm
it
got
is.
so
wrong.
mad that I got his first name
Yeah.
right and his last name wrong.
Yeah, that's
Dallas
tough.
Goedert, I would have got wrong.
I thought once you got the first name, you were good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Would have thought.
next, we had the Saints, fuck the Saints, and the Panthers. Senni, who's the quarterback for the Saints?
For the Saints,
Yeah,
is it someone who just got there?
maybe.
We've had this conversation like 50 times.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because I know.
Technically, no.
Well, because I know who the quarterback for the other team is, and that's why I was like prepared for that question.
I think I already asked you about Darnold.
Yeah.
For the Saints,
Yep,
I think it was
fuck
last
the
week.
Saints. No, it was a while ago.
is it someone they just drafted someone? No.
No.
No. I'm trying to think if they had like a backup. Damn, I'm really salty because I feel like I know who it is, but I can't think of it.
Saints, fuck you again. It's famous Jameis Winston.
Crab legs.
Yeah, I remember talking about him last season, but I just hate them so much that like, I wouldn't even think about it.
Fair. He threw 5 tutties on only 20 pass attempts. Super efficient day for famous Jameis.
He had the fewest passing yards for someone to ever throw 5 touchdown passes.
Fewest pass attempts, too. I'm going to have to verify the passing yards. You might be...
The passing yards I saw. I didn't see the
Oh.
attempts.
I saw that as well.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to verify myself. I might owe $2. I'll look into it in post-production. Kamara's still a beast, even without Drew Brees throwing him the ball 2 yards down
Yeah.
the field. But I don't think there's a clear lead receiving option on the team.
No.
Winston spread the ball around. We didn't see enough of like long, sustained drives to know who the number one guy is. I still like Callaway personally, but that's just a gut check. Like, there's no one that I'm going out of my way to start on this team at all in terms of receiving players.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receivers or tight ends. Run CMC is back and as good
Go ahead.
as ever.
Yep.
27.7 points without a touchdown.
Incredible.
Yeah, almost 200 total yards. Happy to see him return to
I
form.
have to interject real quick. So this kid told me that his fantasy name was like Run CMC.
Yeah.
So like a high school senior. Did not get the joke at all.
Really?
Yeah, I called over another student of a different ethnicity, and he also did not know who that was, and I was very disappointed that neither of them understood where that joke came from.
So do you know Run DMC?
Yeah, that's obviously my point. Is like
Okay.
The kids didn't know.
Oh, the kids didn't.
The kids didn't know.
So I asked them if they got the joke.
Right.
So I asked a Caucasian kid who is the one that's his name.
Right.
He does not understand where it comes from.
Okay.
So I asked a kid of a different ethnicity. He also did not know. So this generation of
Yeah,
kids
it's
does not
the
know.
age gap.
Yeah, it's a major age gap there.
It's tricky.
Disappointing is my point.
Would you rather have DJ Moore or Robbie Anderson, Justin?
I mean, I have DJ Moore, and I'm happy about that. I feel like his production and volume is a lot higher. Robbie Anderson had, one catch? It was a touchdown, but he had one catch on, 3-ish targets?
3 targets, yeah. Moore led the receivers with 8 targets. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey is going to get the most every week.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in terms of receivers, DJ Moore is my preferred option every week. I'm really not concerned about either's production. I think they can both be good.
Yeah.
I rank Moore as a wide receiver 2 and Anderson as a wide receiver 3.
Sure.
And I'm looking to add Terrace Marshall Jr. if he's available and you're wide receiver needy. He had 6 targets in this game, including a couple in the red zone, a couple deep shots I saw when I was watching the game. Panthers are going to win 420-0. Fuck the Saints.
I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to go Saints just to be different.
I'm not. I'm going to go with the
All right, Danny, you want me to pour you a shot?
I mean, let's hear the name first.
I'm
I'm nervous though.
All right, spell Albert Okwuegbunam.
All right, yeah, pour that. Go ahead and pour.
Do you want to
that.
give it a shot?
I would give it a
Say
shot.
that one more time.
First
Albert.
name is Albert.
Okay, I got that.
Second name is Okwuegbunam. Albert Okwuegbunam.
All right, so Albert,
So far, so good.
and I'm gonna try Okwuegbunam.
Okay.
OKU.
No. Okwuegbunam.
Yeah, I was wrong anyway. There's several spots that are incorrect. So
4.
I think this is
this is 5 of
Wow. Rough.
8.
8.
Well, the hard part's over because you're at
Finish
end
the
of this
bottle.
Yeah, that's not necessarily the hard
So
part.
that means
because
he opens
I
a new
like
bottle.
dry rye more than I like Irish whiskey. So
I'll see what I have when we take a quick break, but need you to down that for me, buddy. And then
course.
we'll get into the Broncos and the Jags. Good for you. Good for you. Oh, man.
This name is the way I laughed at the question of this one.
Okay.
I'm just now seeing it.
The Broncos and Jags. Albert Okwuegbunam is the second tight end on the Broncos, for those who did not know. Broncos pooped all over the Giants on Sunday, but unfortunately lost Jerry Jeudy for 4 to 6 weeks due to a high ankle sprain. Who should managers look to start in his place, Justin?
I mean, I would say Sutton.
Well, it's unlikely that they have both guys. I guess it's possible. But Sutton's probably taking him mostly.
Yeah.
He's probably next man up. But Teddy Bridgewater spread the ball around pretty evenly. Melvin Gordon 3 and Javonte Williams are in a pretty evenly split committee. And Noah Fant, I think, is the only set and forget option on the team.
Did he have a good game?
Pretty decent for a tight end. I mean, he's still a tight end.
Yeah.
But he's
athletic, though.
Their leading receiver,
Yeah.
So I don't know that there's necessarily another wide receiver I'm looking to add. Tim Patrick is a good player, but only in a super deep league would I be adding him. I feel like Teddy Bridgewater spreads the ball around too much, and that offense probably is not going to throw as much as they did in Carolina once Christian McCaffrey went down. The Jags receivers got plenty of targets in this game. Chark caught 3 of 12. Chenault caught 7 of 9. And Marvin Jones Jr. caught 5 of 9. This is an inexplicably pass-happy offense. It's a rookie quarterback. They had a great running back in James Robinson from last season. And Urban Meyer is just,
An asshole.
being himself. So what does this mean for James Robinson, Justin?
It means that fantasy owners should be worried because I am.
Okay. That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got. When Etienne went down,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, he's down. Robinson's going to pick up the volume and everything. And then saw what he put out on Sunday. I was pissed.
Yeah, I have him. I was also very high on him once Etienne went down. He didn't have a carry in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody had a carry in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was looking at the box score, and I saw that he didn't have any points, and I was like, did he get hurt? And I clicked on him.
Nope, he was fine. Urban Meyer is a dog shit head coach.
Yep.
And he has a boner for Carlos Hyde because he played for him back in the day. So I think that this lowly 5 carries is going to be an outlier, but I am concerned, especially about Carlos fucking Hyde's usage going forward. I don't know. I hate Urban Meyer. I was not happy when they signed him as their coach. So I'm hoping that James Robinson gets the love he deserves, but I'm starting to have my doubts. I'm mildly concerned. I still have him as a low-end running back too, but if we're talking in a few weeks about him not being playable anymore, it would not shock me. Trying not to panic yet, but there is reason to be concerned. I think the Broncos are going to win this game 27-14.
Yeah, I'm going Broncos as well.
Nah, I'm going to go with the Jags.
Jags. Senni loves the Jags.
I do love the Jags.
Danny spelled Justin Gill.
Thought we were doing current NFL players. Justin, I promise if I fuck this up, it's because I'm a little tipsy at this point.
That's fair.
I really hope you don't.
Is that right?
You got it.
I did. Yay. Justingiehl.
You got it.
Yeah.
And Justin Gill is going to lead off Thirsty Thursday. All right, Justin. So tell me about my embarrassment of a football team, what you're drinking, and who you think is going to win the game.
Sure. This past week was a very rough game for you. I'm sure you don't need to know that. But I think it's tough. I think you would still, if you drafted Saquon, I think you still need to start him. I'm not sure, especially going up against the team this week. I'm not sure how confident I would be in starting him, especially with what he did against the Broncos. Granted, it was his first game back, so can I expect them to ease him in a little bit. Passing or receiving options, I'm not super big on really anyone. The tight end, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Evan Ingram?
I like him if you don't have really any other options. But
Well, if you have him, you don't because he's hurt.
Oh, I didn't know that. I am drinking vanilla ice cream milkshake IPA from Source Brewing up in Colts Neck. They recently opened a location in Fishtown as well. And this is a collaboration with Jersey Freeze. So it's got their ice cream in it, vanilla soft serve. I think this would be absolutely delicious if it was like ice cold, but since it's starting to get room temperature, it's kind of like filmy on top and starting to separate a little bit.
I still want a sip.
Yeah, I'll give you a sip.
Can you pass it to me?
He just slowly
Thank you.
leans back. It's got a nice sweetness to it, a little bit of hop on the nose. But I am going to go with the Washington football team this week.
Okay. That's pretty good. I agree. It would be better if it was colder.
I used your roommate's bag to keep it cold on the drive over here, so that's probably why.
That's why it's his fault.
Yeah.
Understand it.
It's dingy.
Oh, God. Such
Like
a gross
everything he
word.
owns.
Jesus, that's so rude. The team struggled to produce fantasy-friendly days, and they're going to be without Ryan Fitzpatrick for at least a few weeks here. Taylor Heineke, a.k.a. Vanilla Vic, is probably as good or better than Fitzpatrick anyway. Antonio Gibson had incredible volume despite not being super efficient, so I still have no concerns with him.
Yeah.
I'm tempering my expectations for Terry McLaurin. I expect a shadow from, I'm about to forget this guy's name, James Bradbury. It's a tough matchup. He's still a great corner despite the Giants' shortcomings. I'm boosting Logan Thomas. The Giants got absolutely eaten up by tight ends on Sunday. The Giants usually beat Washington. It's usually one of the teams they can actually beat. But I have no confidence in them, so I'm picking a 10-10 tie. I'm drinking
Incredible.
Jello by Kushwa out of the Washington area. It's a super juicy and smooth IPA. It almost tastes like a little bit like orange juice. Like not the acidity, but just the juiciness of the profile. The film in my mouth tastes like orange juice. Feels like orange juice. Take a sip of that, Justin. Let me know what you think. Senni, you can have it too. Senni, what are you drinking, and who do you think is going to win the game?
All right. So my review of my beer is brought to you by the Union because fuck the man.
Absolutely.
And this is more garbage from that same people I talked about last week, just slightly less garbage. Okay. Last
Such a
week I
shame.
had the green apple flavor. This
Bad.
is the black cherry. Still not good. So yeah. I want the Giants to win because I want Saquon to do better than he did last week.
I hope you're right. I would love for them to win, and I'd love for Saquon to be better. Do you mind if I try your garbage, Senni, that you're
welcome to
raving
some
about?
garbage.
Danny spelled DeAndre Hopkins. It's so awesome that you're wearing his jersey.
Yeah, it's
That's
incredible.
So great.
I was wondering if this was gonna be one of the names to spell.
Yeah.
DeAndrehopkins.
Did you capitalize the A?
In my writing, I did. You can check.
I'm kidding. You got
Lamar.
it. You got it. Yeah, the M and Lamar. It's the same concept. Well, he's taking on the Vikings this week. Vikings delivered the fantasy goods on Sunday with high volume from all of their main players. Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. If you started them, you had decent day.
Yeah.
But KJ Osborne was a bit of a surprise for me as the third option on the team, Justin. Do you think he's worth an ad?
I think an ad, but I think he's one of those players where you add him and then kind of monitor for a little bit just to see what he's able to do moving forward. And then kind of play it by ear on whether or not you're going to throw him in your starting lineup.
Yep, I 100% agree. He had 9 targets, 7 receptions for 76 yards. Good volume, but there's so many mouths to feed in that offense. So I'm going to keep an eye on him, like you said. Maybe in a few weeks I'll look to pick him up. Cardinals absolutely crushed the Titans thanks to future MVP Kyler Murray. He also tossed a pair of touchdowns to DeAndre Hopkins and another pair to Christian Kirk in this game. Should Kirk be rostered in more leagues, Justin?
I think so. I mean, last year I don't think he played that bad. I think he was serviceable, and I think that's going to continue this year.
Yeah, he's, in my mind, the number 2 guy next to DeAndre Hopkins. I also like Rondale Moore in this offense. AJ Green is there. He's rostered more than the other 2 because he's a name.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's useless. I mean, I don't have any interest in
I haven't
AJ
liked
Green.
AJ Green in like 5 years.
Yeah, but Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore, I think both can offer strong upside every week. So those guys, they're going to be boom bust, risky flex plays. But if I need one, I'm happy, and I definitely think they're worth rostering in more deep leagues than they currently are. James Conner and Chase Edmonds seem to be in a dead even split. They each had 16 touches exactly. Edmonds got more receiving work than Conner did. He's still my preference. Both are flex candidates, but I prefer Edmonds to Conner. So Edmonds I'd rank inside my top 30. Conner just outside. I think the Cardinals win this game 32-25.
Yeah, I'm going Cardinals as well.
Yeah, I love Arizona.
Yeah. A couple Arizona fans here. Danny, spell Cordero Patterson.
Oh gosh.
The writing is builds such
I
anticipation.
know. I wish you weren't writing because I
I'm sorry.
watch you write it.
I have to write things down before I spell them, or I
That's
know
fine.
I'm
No,
gonna
you're
be wrong.
no, you're good. Take your time.
Cordarelle. I got that
I looked
wrong,
at
didn't
Justin's
I?
face and I could tell.
No.
It's a painful. I'm sorry. It's Cordarrelle.
So I forgot an R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Patterson right. I know
Yeah, you had to get Patterson right.
Cordero Patterson.
So we've switched over to single barrel select Jack Daniels at Danny's request.
Well, at least it's a sipping whiskey.
Yeah, at least it's one that I know that I'll enjoy more. I like Jack.
It does taste very good. It's better than regular Jack.
Jack's one of the few liquors that I'll drink preferably. So I guess I can deal with
There
this.
you go, my friend. I hope you enjoy it better than the last
Don't
one.
laugh at me, all right?
No, I'm not. I'm laughing because I was pretty sure Vince farted.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I'm many shots deep. So
Better than the last one?
better.
Good.
Oh, that's better.
I'm happy it's better. I really don't want you to yak at this table. My roommate eats breakfast here. You can throw up at his spot. It's fine. Okay.
Where does he sit?
Right next to Justin.
Sorry, Justin.
As clear the mic stand and everything, you're good.
It's actually a nice chair over there. You could just puke at any time.
Falcons play the Bucks this week. Senni,
It's gonna be a bloodbath.
who is the lead running back for Atlanta?
It's not Gurley, is it?
He is not in the league.
Okay, that was my guess.
Okay. It's Mike Davis.
I don't even know who that is.
He's got the lazy eye.
Yeah. You remember the guy with the lazy eye who was the backup for Christian McCaffrey last season?
No.
Okay. Well, it's that guy. Atlanta looked absolutely horrible against the Eagles, Justin.
Yeah.
Do you think that's indicative of their success this week or just an abnormality?
They're going to get destroyed.
Okay, took you long enough to come up with that. What happened? What happened with your mind?
I was building up suspense.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna get fucked by Tampa.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad game.
Matt Ryan is bad, man. He's not good. I don't understand what they see in him. I see nothing. I think Matty Ice is Matty not nice.
T-shirt time.
Imagine though if they lost, Eagles fans.
Oh yeah,
If Bucks lost this game.
yeah, they would be hype as hell. That would
Yeah.
be insufferable. I need them to beat up on
Yeah.
this team. Calvin Ridley is the only Falcon I'd
Yep.
be happily starting, and I would start Kyle Pitts if I drafted him. Other than that, not very interested. Adversely, the Bucks look excellent in their season opener. Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, and Gronk feasted in this matchup. Is Mike Evans the odd man out in this offense, Justin?
I don't think so. I still have him as probably the most talented wide receiver, but this could be another one of the cases with too many mouths to feed.
Yeah.
It's just
what I
last
think
week.
it
Yeah,
is.
last week it wasn't his turn to eat.
Yeah, I think so too. With all the talent they have, they're all going to have peaks and valleys throughout the season. If you drafted one, if you have one on your team, I think you're starting them.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters with the matchup because there's always a chance that one of them might have, 2 catches for 40 yards, but they could also have 10 catches for 100 and a touchdown. So there's more risk in not starting one than there is putting one on your bench. All in on the Tampa Bay offense. No interest in their running backs. Ronald Jones 2 sucks. He's going to fumble and then not play the rest of the game.
Yep.
And Uncle Lenny, I can't stand that fucking guy. So even if he is productive, I will never advise starting him because I can't stand him.
Yeah,
Bucks win 38-16.
yeah, I'm going Bucks.
Yeah, no question.
Danny, I need you to spell Austin Eckler.
I might be able to do that.
I've looked at
I'm
it
a little
couple
drunk.
times.
Yeah,
And by a little, I mean pretty drunk.
yeah. I
So,
kind of figured it would happen so far.
I would have been wrong.
Killer. Is that right? I hope it's right.
Well, you spell it out for me.
AUSTIN
Yep.
EKELER.
You got it.
You got it.
Oh,
got
fuck
it.
yeah.
You got it.
And here comes in with the just in case trash
Just in
can.
case trash
Because
can.
I'm drunk enough where 2 more shots might put me there.
So if you got to go, that's the button.
It says push. I think I got it.
Okay. I didn't know how fucked up you were. Thought it was worth mentioning. Cowboys and the Chargers is our next game. Dak Prescott looked every bit as good as he was last season in the season opener against the Bucks.
Yes, sir.
CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper are both locks in my lineup, especially with Michael Gallup now out. Are you at all concerned with Zeke, Justin?
I don't know what to feel about Zeke. I mean, I don't have him, so I don't really care. But yeah, if I'm a Zeke owner, I would give it a couple more weeks before I hit the panic button.
I'm not panicking yet.
Yeah.
I think Tony Pollard is going to be more involved than you want him to be. And just by the eye test alone, I think he looks better than Zeke.
Yeah.
I thought he did last year. I still think he does this year. But they're paying Zeke. They're still going to use him. I think he'll be okay. He's still a running back 1. But yeah, I'm going to monitor it.
Yeah.
I may panic later. But right now, I think, it's just it was a game where they didn't have their best offensive lineman. The Bucs have a great run defense. So maybe they went into it thinking they were going to throw that many times.
Could
I'm
be.
not overreacting yet, but with last season's struggles and this season's early struggles, it's something to keep an eye on. The Chargers looked impressive in their win over the team. Herbert threw just 1 touchdown, but I'm not at all concerned about that. He still looked excellent aside from a bad interception in the red zone. Mike Williams surprised me last week. He looks excellent. I might have been out on him a bit too soon, but it's only 1 week. Going to wait and see. Your boy Eckler did not have a target.
Yeah, I know. I saw.
I doubt that happens again.
Yeah.
And Jared Cook, I think, is a viable option for tight end needy teams. He looked pretty good. They've always been a team that uses their tight end. And Jared Cook, for as average as he is, always seems to produce when he goes to a new team. This is a tough one to predict. I think it's going to be a very good game. I think whoever gets the ball last is going to be the team who wins it. I hate the Cowboys, though, so I'm going Chargers 37, Cowboys 34.
Going Cowboys.
I do think it's going to be close, but I'm going with Dallas.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, this is a tough one.
Oh, God.
Spell A.J. Brown.
Oh, no way. I'm going to write it out just because I've written all the others. AJBROWN.
You got it, my
Thank
friend.
God. Thank you for the easy one.
Yeah.
Thanks for the break.
Yeah.
I needed
I
that.
figured you would need one around this point when I was
Yeah.
writing it up. A.J. Brown and the Titans take on the Seahawks this week. Titans loosened down on Sunday and got smacked around by the Cardinals.
Yeah, they did.
Do you have any concerns about this offense going forward, Justin?
I don't have any concerns with Henry or A.J. Brown. Julio, I think, has been out. I mean, I've been out on him since middle of last year. Tannehill, I think, can serve as a good option. Maybe not now, but I'd see him as like a bye-week fill-in sort of player. Maybe 2 quarterback leagues, look to start him. But really, Brown, Henry, and Tannehill are the only ones I'm in on.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Julio Jones is playable. I'm not overreacting that much. If you're a believer in Julio, I think he's fringe wide receiver 2, maybe wide receiver 3.
Right.
I'm personally, I don't have any shares of him because I think he's second fiddle to A.J. Brown. But I don't know. I think he's okay. And I'm not worried about the offense just because of one game. Seattle had a Tyler Lockett game on Sunday. After seeing Tennessee get shredded by Arizona, I'm boosting my confidence in Seattle's players. So Russ is a top 3 quarterback for me. The mattress is top 15. Metcalf is top 5. And Lockett, I still think is top 20. But don't be shocked if he's outside the top 40. Because he just did have that explosive game.
Yeah.
And his touchdown catches are ridiculous. This dude makes some of the best catches in the NFL.
Yeah, it's unreal.
And then he doesn't get used at all the next week. It makes no sense.
He's going to have 2 catches for 8 yards.
Yeah, it could happen. I think the Seahawks are going to win big, though, 31-20.
Tighten up.
Tighten up, wow.
Seahawks.
Danny, spell Marquis Brown.
Oh, God. The alcohol's really setting in now. I'm going to write it just because I need to. But
Understood.
Marquise
You got it.
Brown.
You got it.
Thank
The
God.
2 Browns, you got it. And with that, we will start our Sunday night football talk.
We've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
Senni, what have you been waiting all day to talk about?
I'm waiting all day to talk about pet names.
Uh-oh.
Like for your girlfriend?
Yes. No, I'm not going there. All right. So.
I'm not like sweetie or...
No, I was going a different direction.
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
So.
baby.
I've only ever had male pets, but like in general, when people when people name their pets, a lot of times they go with like some of this really like stupid shit. Like if you have like a giant dog and like you name it like Tiny, and there's a lot of like really dumb shit I've seen over the years, but it seems to be like the thing to do. So like some ones that I've had are like I've had an Achilles, I've had like a Loki, I have a Bitten. I have a Lincoln, which was like the name when we got him, and I have a Jacob. And it's funny because you always find people who like feel the need to be like super judgy if you name your animal after like a person, which I don't get because there's more female pets named after people than anything. But people always seem to like comment if it's like a guy. Like if you name your dog
Carl
or like Steve or something like that, people like always think it's weird.
Yeah.
So like I just think it's funny because like I think you should be able to name like your pet whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, it's a name.
Like if you want to name your dog like asshole, like it's your dog. You do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, I wouldn't advise that.
But I'm just saying like it's your pet. You know what I mean? And it's just funny because like you always get someone who like has to comment and say something like, "Oh, why did you name your pet this?" Okay, so like an easy one is like my cat's name is Bitten. It's literally that he was a kitten and he like bit people, which he still kind of does. So if you ask me that, it's like a really easy explanation. Okay, like if you ask me like Lincoln, like it's very clearly like after the president. Okay, like it's like some of them are like real simple. And it's funny because I find that if somebody names like their pet like a person name, it's normally like for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just funny because like people always come in like really hot when they want to like question you like, oh, why would you name your pet that? And it's funny because like I actually like have a reason for mine. So my dog's name is Jacob. He's named after my brother-in-law who died of a heroin overdose. It was actually my idea to name him Jacob, not my wife's idea. And it's just funny because like I always feel like when people ask me about it, they just look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they just look super dumb. So like I always feel like you could like ask someone, oh, where does like your pet's name come from? But I would never go on.
I think that's a better way to go
there's
about
a way to
it.
phrase
Yeah, I
it.
think there's just like a way to like approach it. You know what I mean?
Also, it doesn't fucking matter what you name your pet.
No,
Yeah.
and like you can have some of these stupid like cutesy names that people name their pets, but like just ask like
Yeah.
Not
No,
like an
why'd you
asshole, I
decide on
guess.
that
Exactly.
name? Or,
yeah,
Exactly.
like where did this name come from, or like oh who are they named after or whatever. But like it's just funny because some people like legit will like always say like, oh, I hate when people name like their pets after like people.
yeah.
I don't get that. Like people do normally have a reason. So I just thought it was kind of funny because like when I was thinking about this, if you really think about people who like have female dogs, they are typically like real people names.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just funny. Male pets get stereotyped, and I don't think it's fair. We need more quality.
Yeah, pet equality is Senni's main advocation on this podcast. So we have a Sunday night football game here. The Chiefs, I don't think, even need to be discussed.
No.
If you have Mahomes, CEH, Travis Kelce, or Tyreek Hill, you're starting them. Anything else worth mentioning here, Justin?
Mecole Hardman.
You think so?
Deeper leagues, yeah. Our league, I wouldn't start him.
I think no, even in a deeper league. I
Really?
mean, if I had to,
Yeah.
if I had no other option, then sure. But that offense has never produced a second wide receiver that was consistently worth starting.
It's going to be the same 4 people every
Right,
week in
right.
and
I
week
mean,
out.
when you have those options, like you don't need another guy.
Yeah.
When you have Tyreek Hill, you don't need another wide receiver. So every now and then, yes, there will be a Mecole Hardman game, but I don't know that you can predict when it's going to happen.
Oh, no.
And unless he starts producing consistently, I would not advocate starting him. I'm still not particularly interested in a Ravens pass catcher who isn't named Mark Andrews. Marquis Brown looked solid, but I don't know. I just feel like he's a flex option at best, still outside my top 30. And Sammy Watkins actually ended up with a better day statistically, but he's still Sammy Watkins. We see this all the time where he starts out hot week 1 and then fades into obscurity. I do think Tyson Williams and Latavius Murray should be rostered in every fantasy football league that's out there. They both look pretty good running the ball. I'm sure it's going to be a committee, but Tyson Williams looks like a fine flex option this week, and I really think Latavius Murray has very solid fantasy appeal going forward. I think he'll be a very valuable pickup if you can get him now. Just give it a couple weeks. I think the Chiefs are going to win 31-10. Danny, spell Quintez Cephas.
Oh, that's the dude from the Lions?
Yeah, Quintez Cephas. Quintez Cephas.
I don't know if it's doable.
Unreal.
QUINTEZCEPHUS.
You got
You
it.
got it. You got it.
unbelievable.
That's because I put him on my interested in.
Oh, did you? You
list.
saw it today?
Yeah.
It's a great name. I don't understand how that guy's not going to be a superstar because that is a great fucking
Unbelievable.
name.
I did it.
So, Quintez Cephas and the Lions.
I did it.
This
He
man
is so
hammered.
lit
I
right
loved
now.
it. It's great. This is everything I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson looks to be fantasy gold. The Lions are always going to be down, and the passing offense goes through him.
Yep.
DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams also had nice games, Justin. Do you think that Williams should be started in more leagues?
I mean, I think he's a good pass catcher. Definitely rostered, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be upset starting him.
Yeah, he was great with the Packers.
Yeah.
And now he's in pretty much the same role. I personally think he's every bit as good as DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
And like I just talked about, they're going to be throwing a lot. They don't have very many talented wide receivers. I mean, Quintez Cephas might be the best one. Him or Tyrell Williams.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's nothing special there. So there's going to be a lot of targets. Somebody's got to catch the ball. So I like Hawkinson a lot. I like DeAndre Swift, and I like Jamal Williams. I think both running backs can be productive in this offense. The Packers look terrible all around on Sunday. Is there any reason to be concerned here, Justin?
I don't think so. It's the first week, and they had a lot of off-the-field drama going on, so that could have spilled over into week 1, but I think they'll turn their shit around.
Yep, I completely agree. I think this is going to be a big week for Green Bay. I think you're starting the guys you drafted, and I think the Packers win 42-23, and Aaron Rodgers throws 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, Packers are going to win.
All right, yeah.
Oh, he's got to make up for last week, man.
He dropped a yeesh on the podcast.
All right, Danny, this is the last one of the day. I made it especially difficult. This is not a current player.
Okay.
TJ Hushmanzada.
Hushmanzada.
TJ Hushmanzada.
At least I know I'll get his first name.
Yeah.
Starts with J.
J, and I was like, no way.
Wait, can you say his last name one last time, please?
Hushmanzada.
Oh my God.
Is it a T? God, I hope it's a T. TJ.
What do you got? You got so TJ. First name is good. First name is good.
Hushmazata.
Hushmandzadeh.
You
Wait,
just
okay.
made some of those letters up.
Let me back up. Let me ask one question.
Yeah.
When did he play and who for?
He played for the
Bengals. I want to say 2000s, early 2010s.
Was he a tight end?
No, he was a wide receiver.
Yeah, it was
I
him
kind
and
of. I think I might remember that
Ocho
a little
Cinco.
bit.
TJ Hushmanzada.
If I was a little more sober, I might be able to remember him better.
So his first real name is Taraj Hushmanzada Jr. He
I wouldn't have gotten that if,
Yeah.
if you gave me
Wait,
his real
Junior?
first
There's
name.
two of those people?
that's what TJ is. Yeah, so Taraj is the first name. Touraj.
Two TJ Hushmanzada.
Hushmandzadeh Jr.
All right,
TJ Hushmanzada.
mark that one off.
Yeah. He played from 2001 to 2011.
That's 7 shots after this one.
Yeah.
Out of 16. That's better than I thought I'd do.
Made the Pro Bowl in 2007 and led the NFL in receptions in 2007.
Really?
Yeah. 627 catches, 7,000.
That wasn't the guy that did the backflip, was it?
No, that was
I didn't think
Jerome Simpson, I believe.
Okay. Oh, right. Because wasn't that last year on the podcast? Someone
Yeah, because somebody thought it was the tight end. I can't remember his name.
I think it was Vin who.
I thought it was
Oh, right. Yeah. And then he had to pay
Right.
his fee.
All right, Danny, last shot of the day. Finish strong, my
Before I
friend.
take this, I'd just like to say a little something.
Okay.
I'm honored to be the first Punishee
Oh.
in the second season.
Warm in my
I
heart.
think it's going to be a great season. I'm excited to see how it progresses.
I appreciate you saying so.
After just scraping by and not getting the final punishment, it's good to be here.
All right, I'm happy to have you here. Happy to have you getting fucked up in my
I was
apartment.
going to say fucking yaks right after
At
that.
this point, it's just taking shot. I don't even taste it.
You just drink and burn.
So that's going to do it
Yeah.
on that note for this week's episode of the Fantasy Beer League. Special thanks to Danny for being here,
Thanks for having me.
taking the challenge like a true fantasy football loser. We love having you here. We're happy you're in the league. We're going to be with you guys every Wednesday on YouTube with audio-only podcasts available on Spotify and Apple. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at FantasyBeerLG. Those are the words Fantasy Beer and the letters L and G. Please like and subscribe to this. If you don't, I'm going to take your girlfriend out. I'm going to buy her a super nice dinner. We're going to have an awesome time, and then I'm never going to talk to her again. Join us next week for more half-decent advice from half-decent guys. I'm Shawn Joyce. He's Justin Giel, and here's Matt Senni with his advice of the week.
If you have a problem with my dog's name, go fuck yourself.
I was really hoping it wrapped back to the dog.
Yeah,
name
it always
thing.
does.
Always does.
Word up to that. Good luck in week 2.